For years, Be Like Mike meant basketball fans of all ages could wear Air Jordans and walk a day in Michael Jordan's shoes, even if they weren't his actual shoes. These days, Be Like Mike has taken on new meaning for teenagers who have virtually no memory of Michael Jordan, the basketball star, but are busy emulating Michael Jordan, the businessman, working their own lucrative shoe deals. ESPN Sports business reporter Darren Revel reports.
Where money at? Yeah. Give me money, give me that. Give me dollars.
16, there you go.
That's 16, that's $1,600. They're called Sneakerheads.
Like the feeling of Freddy's on your feet?
I do like
You love it.
Teens obsessed with shoes,
highest numbers 1,000.
running an aftermarket boom of limited edition kicks.
Almost $1,400 right now. I'm about to go blow.
Every sneaker a potential for profit.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100.
At just 15 years old, Alex Asfar is a master negotiator.
$350 was my rock bottom. Yeah.
60 bucks? 60 bucks?
Meet Brandon Buscanera.
See how cheap that is?
He's 12. So far, he's made $100 today.
For the love of the game. It's a cycle. Buy, sell, trade. It's kind of a hobby. Addiction. It's more of an addiction.
Kids like Alex and Brandon are buying and selling sneakers priced in the thousands, all with their own money.
So we got like $5 grand between the two of us.
Money's gotta be the shoes.
It all started with Michael Jordan, when Nike convinced us Air Jordans could make us fly. Having them on your feet was a status symbol.
I fell in love with them.
To some, worth whatever price it took, including murder. In 1989, one boy was strangled for his Jordans. Another one was shot. The story hit the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Rising.
Since then, the size of the athletic shoe market has more than doubled to $21 billion a year in the United States alone. It's 6 a.m. on a Saturday. Alex isn't an early riser. Neither is his dad. Nonetheless, they're on the way to a sneaker convention in New York City.
Too early in the morning to be doing this. Shows I really care.
After packing his shoes in the car, they pick up his friend and fellow sneakerhead, Brian. They don't waste any time.
That's amazing.
The conversation immediately turns to shoes.
Brian, my Yeezys for these and 150. Killing me.
Translation? Brian just scored a pair of rare Nike Doernbechers online for $640, and Alex is immediately trying to buy them.
Let's just say 700. You paid 640. So your DB's in 150.
This banter continues for the hour-long car ride until they arrive.
Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
The two get to work, setting up shop at a table they paid for with some friends, and soon it's on.
Everything's gotta be perfect.
First up are the glow-in-the-dark signature shoes of NBA star LeBron James. Alex paid $250 for them.
I started at 350.
330, I'll do it right now.
I got it at 340. We're gonna lose the deal over $10.
Now watch what happens as this deal unfolds.
Do it 20?
Do it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
While Alex was in the middle of one deal, he closes another.
340? Alright, deal. 340. All good. Alright, let me get you situated. 2 deals at once. I don't know how that happened, but it just did. And I gotta go count this because I'm really nervous right now.
Only a privileged few.
Yeah, and it's, by, like I said, by appointment.
But in the world of sneakerheads, this guy is the president. He calls himself DJ Clark Kent, and he owns at least 2,500 pairs.
Thank you.
He started buying and selling shoes more than 3 decades ago.
Tell me the difference between the kids today versus what you were doing 35 years ago.
These kids today don't seem like they want the shoes. They want the thing that goes along with having the shoes. Somebody figured out that there's money for a pair of sneakers because of this hype.
The hype is generated by Nike, which denied Nightline's request to talk about its strategy. For prize sneakers, they make a limited supply, driving up the aftermarket price tag.
How much you offering? $690. Alright.
Demand got out of control. Kids were camping out in front of shoe stores. In some cities, they were breaking down doors, rioting. Some were even arrested.
If someone gets hurt in front of a Nike store, you're going to blame Nike. You can't get hurt clicking a button.
Nike had to rethink its strategy. Today, its hottest shoes are sold online. It's a little before 8 a.m. on Saturday again, back in Alex's home in Middletown, New Jersey. Today, Alex wants Air Jordan 11 lows, so he opens up several web pages for online stores that will sell them, in hopes of getting one pair.
2, 1, go.
There was a pair.
There you go. That happens, right?
Yeah. I opened, 7 pages, and everyone tells me that they're sold out. And what was that, 5 seconds? My favorite pair of shoes that I wear are probably these, and they're not even expensive.
Alex's father, John, estimates his son spends roughly 8 hours a day thinking and talking about sneakers.
As a parent, what do you grapple with?
He should spend more time with schoolwork and things like that, because his mom, we could be watching a movie together. He could be doing homework, and the phone will buzz, and he'll look, and it'll be about sneakers. I'm like, don't you have a test tomorrow?
But it's not all bad.
I've also seen where he really shows that he's learning something is not the deals he makes, the deals that he walks away from.
Came here with $1,300. Now I'm carrying over $3,000. It's like a brick. From what I sold today, I can buy 5 amazing shoes and still go home with more money than I came.
Back at the show, Alex is ready to splurge.
How much? $1,075.
Gonna buy those?
Yep.
$1,075 for a pair of Louis Vuitton Anthracites designed by Kanye West, previously worn by, well, who knows. With so much money at stake, it's clear there is a dark side to all of this. Counterfeits and theft can be part of the hustle.
They're fake? Yeah.
These
are off. Yo, he's downstairs by the raffles.
And while Brian went to lunch, someone stole a pair of his shoes worth $400.
It's not very nice. I miss my shoes.
As the show wraps up, Alex prepares for one more deal.
His father's deceased military. I have my military on there.
Alex hasn't quite dealt with a negotiation like this.
I feel bad, so I'm going to do it. I mean, let's just do it right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
His buyer walks away thinking he got a steal, but Alex actually had plenty of wiggle room.
The least I would have taken, like $540 even, so I just made an extra $100.
One of the most important things that can happen for the shoe game is for kids to say, I'm not going to let you charge me too much for these shoes.
That will never happen.
But that's what has to happen. There's just always some crazy hype for something that's coming out on Saturday. And then you know what happens? Next Saturday comes.
What's up, George?
It's Saturday again. Alex waits in line for nearly 2 hours at his hometown sneaker boutique.
Here they are.
He finally snags a pair of camo Foamposites that he couldn't score online.
Alright, quality day.
For Nightline, I'm Darren Ravel in New York City.
And Darren Ravel joins us right now here on Outside the Line. So, Darren, where are these kids getting this kind of money to buy these shoes?
Well, from what I've been able to understand, Michael, you know, they it usually does start with some money from the parents, but it just continues to funnel over and over again. If they invest in the right shoes, they're able to obtain the shoes that then sell for double or triple the price. You know, the key is, as you saw, Alex had, you know, $3,000-$4,000 in that piece, and then he decided to spend $1,100 on the Louis Vuitton. So they like shoes too. They're not in it just to make a profit, but they do roll over their money.
And so these parents, in Alex's father's case, he was talking about having no leverage on his own son. What are they saying about having their kids involved in this aftermarket?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think he likes the negotiation aspect of it, but if Alex needs money, he just has money, so it doesn't make sense.
All right. In your piece, we saw primarily basketball sneakers. Are they the only ones in demand in this aftermarket?
Yeah, but, you know, it primarily is Nike, and it is mostly basketball sneakers, and I think that's probably due to the fact that it started with Jordans. And so when you go back in history, wherever it started, that's where it is right now. But it is the newer stuff as well. It's not just if you have an 83, 84, 84, 85 Jordans. It's the new stuff that comes out because Nike plays this game. I mean, they are limiting the quantities enough that then it sells out and then people want them because they can't have them.
All right, so last night we see LeBron James win his second championship in the NBA. What impact will this have on this market and the future of it?
Well, LeBron is a big part of this market, and Nike made it that way. This year they issued more colorways of his LeBron 10s than any of the previous shoes. They issued about 20 different colorways. They're obviously going to do more. They're already doing a championship box of two pairs of shoes. I would expect with the LeBron 11s, they're going to continue to do every week of the basketball season. They'll do a different look, limited edition, because people just don't want the mass, one release a year, and people are used to it, and that's really how the business has been driven.
Is that almost helping out, though, the aftermarket when you do something like that week after week?
Oh, yeah. Listen, Nike wouldn't comment for our piece, but they very well know what they're doing. They know that when someone sits by a computer and it's sold out in 5 seconds, that feeds the drive. And so I think they're very savvy, and one of the reasons they don't want to talk to us is because they don't want to tell us how they do what they do, but they do it very well.
What can they do to stop this if that indeed is what they're trying to do?
Well, I think the solution came from DJ Clark Kent. The only solution is really for the kids to all of a sudden not want them. They've done what they've had to do as far as steering it away from the malls and the violence and having it online, but I don't think they want to stop it, and the kids are showing no sign of slowing down, and these are not all the sneakerheads. I mean, there are sneakerheads who don't sell at all and just collect it, put it in their box in their closet, never wear it. Some wear the shoes. But there is no signs of this slowing down.
Oh, by the way, so about not wearing these shoes, do these have to be in mint condition, or does it doesn't matter?
That's a good question. There's two different philosophies. There's a sneakerhead who loves the shoe, will wear it, and maybe wear it once or twice, or maybe will wear it because they love it. And then there's the people that will put it in the box. In order to sell it, it has to have the box. Sometimes the box is worth hundreds of dollars, or the box, without the original box, you can't sell it. It's just not right. So sometimes it has to have the paper in it. I mean, these are collector's items. They're not only things to wear on your feet. So, it does differ depending on who you are. But yeah, some people wear it and some people just stow it away in the closet and just peek at it every once in a while.
And what's to stop LeBron or D-Wade or Chris Bosh or anybody from the Heat who played in last night's game to put that on the aftermarket?
Oh, you mean to put their shoes on?
Right, game-worn shoes.
Well, they are their property. So, and I know there are game-worn shoes on that have been auctioned before, but usually not. Well, I haven't seen, Jordan game-worn, final shoes, or those guys usually keep the shoes. But Dwayne Wade was changing shoes so much in this finals, he might have 20 pair to offer.
And we got about 30 seconds here, Darren. What guarantees or concerns are there about counterfeits in this market?
There are no guarantees. As the market has gotten bigger, there are more counterfeits. It's more tempting to do. The only thing you can do to protect yourself is learn more about the shoes, what the shoes look like, what's authentic, what it should be, and that's how you protect yourself. But the counterfeiters are not going away because the business is too big.
Wow. Fascinating stuff here. All right, Darren Revel, excellent job. Thank you.
You got it.